Hey, few quick thoughts on antinatalism. I can't support it because if you look at yourself and you say, or someone looks at me, for example, and says, oh, the world would have been better off if you weren't born, that's eugenics. Because you're making a judgment call upon another person. If I look at myself and think the same thing, then it's kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's true. Who knows? But it feels like defeatist. It feels very negative. And while I could support a lot of the arguments of antinatalism if it was administered fairly, I don't think it can be administered fairly. And there's one fatal flaw of why it will never be supported. And that's simply that people are afraid of extinction. No one will want a world where it starts getting down to the nitty gritty. Because if you really think about that, then by default, you have a situation where it becomes de facto eugenics again. Because for everyone who chooses to make that choice to not have children, there will be somebody else who will feel the pressures of survival upon them, who won't want that choice. As a matter of fact, it will go so far as they will feel insecure that the people who are making the choice actually are. You know, oh my God, all the smart people are killing themselves. They're not having kids. There's just going to be us left. It's like that friggin' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they all sent the people off to the friggin' what turned out to be Earth, and they were all the menial people, and the smart people all died off because they friggin' caught a disease from the phone. That same thing. There's a little bit of wisdom in that. And in the same sense, you can never have it where you will have an extinction. There will never be two people putting a gun to each other's head and making a better world. Because really, what's the point if there's no one there to enjoy it? What I really believe in, which may be kind of a dangerous idea too, is instead Arcadia. Oh, he said Arcadia. Ooh, what does that mean? I actually looked it up. It means a balance of man and nature. Yes, that's very idealistic. And it's very futurist. And there's some aspects of it that are even a little unsettling economically. It's too Marxist for me at times. Even though, to be honest, in some sense, I just can't sign on that red line, you know? But at the same time, I would like to see a near scarcity society. But I don't think you need to go past that and have no one. What's the point of life if there's no one? But as far as antinatalism, to get down to a balance of man and nature, Well, sure, you get it. A billion people globally, or half a billion, and a lot of resource management, and we could all be living nicely if the world would be nice, if man could be nice to himself. Or are people afraid that if they get that far down, that there won't be a few survivors, because then somebody will just decide to go ahead and wipe us all out? Antinatalism. Come on, really? Come on. How do you explain the idiot factor? Really? How do you explain the people who will struggle to survive after you're gone?